Dolly Parton, the beloved queen of country music, has passed away at her home in Nashville. She leaves behind an incredible legacy of unforgettable songs, big hair, and a heart made of gold. Dolly Parton dies at 80, America's most beloved country star. Dolly Rebecca Parton was born on January 19, 1946, in a one-room cabin in Locust Ridge, Tennessee. She grew up as the fourth of 12 children in a family she described as dirt poor. Her father did not know how to read, but music was always a big part of their lives. An uncle gave Dolly her first guitar when she was just 7 years old. She quickly learned to play and started writing her own songs. Mama was fascinated by how her daughter could rhyme and write about things she had never experienced. By the age of 13, the young singer was already making her first guest appearance on the Grand Ole Opry. After graduating from high school, Dolly moved to Nashville to chase her musical dreams. She met a man named Carl Thomas Dean outside a laundromat on her very first day in town. The two hit it off immediately, and they were married in 1966. She signed her first record deal with Monument Records around the same time. The country music world really took notice when she joined the Porter Wagoner Show in 1967. Fans loved her regular appearances on the popular televised variety show. Her star kept rising until she scored her first #1 country hit with the song Joshua in 1970. Working with Porter Wagoner made Dolly a household name, but she eventually decided it was time to go solo. She made her choice to leave the show in April 1974. Wagoner refused to listen to her reasons for leaving. The young singer went home and wrote the song I Will Always Love You as a plea to her mentor. Dolly sang it to him the next morning, and he started crying before finally letting her go. Her sharp business skills had already been proven years earlier. At age 20, she started a publishing company with her uncle Bill Owens to maintain a controlling interest in her own music. Keeping control of her publishing rights was incredibly rare for female artists at the time. Elvis Presley actually wanted to cover I Will Always Love You in 1974. His manager, Colonel Tom Parker, demanded half the publishing rights for the track. Dolly bravely turned Elvis down because she wanted to leave that money for her family. Her decision paid off massively when Whitney Houston covered the ballad for the Bodyguard soundtrack in 1992. The country star earned an estimated $10 million in royalties from that single version alone. She took that cash and invested it in an office complex located in a black neighborhood in Nashville. Dolly proudly called the property the house that Whitney built. Over the course of her amazing career, Dolly wrote more than 3,000 original songs. One of her most famous tracks was Jolene, which came out in 1973. The classic hit was inspired by two different people in her life. She got the name from a little red-headed fan she met after a concert. The story of the song came from a flirty bank teller who paid a little too much attention to Carl Dean. Dolly joked that her husband loved going to the bank because the teller gave him so much attention. She turned that running joke into one of the greatest country songs ever recorded. Dolly expanded her reach beyond country music when she earned her first pop crossover hit with Here You Come Again in 1977. Hollywood soon came calling, and she made her feature film debut in the 1980 comedy 9 to 5. She starred alongside Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin as office secretaries seeking revenge on their terrible boss. Dolly agreed to take the role on the condition that she could write the theme song. She famously created the rhythmic typewriter sound on the track by rubbing her long acrylic nails together. The song became a massive anthem for equal rights in the workplace and earned her an Oscar nomination. Acting became a regular part of her career throughout the 1980s. She starred with Burt Reynolds in the 1982 movie The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Fans also loved her performance alongside Sally Field and Julia Roberts in the 1989 classic Steel Magnolias. She continued dominating the music charts during this era as well. Dolly teamed up with Kenny Rogers in 1983 to record the duet Islands in the Stream. The Bee Gees actually wrote the track, and it quickly shot to #1 on the pop charts. Her beautiful soprano voice blended perfectly with Kenny, creating a legendary musical partnership. Business ventures outside of Hollywood also caught her attention during the 1980s. She bought a stake in a Pigeon Forge, Tennessee theme park in 1986 and renamed it Dollywood. The park attracts visitors from all over the world and serves as a major source of revenue for the region. Dollywood eventually grew to become Sevier County's largest employer. A 2021 economic impact study showed the amusement park created over 23,000 jobs. The same study revealed that Dollywood generates around $1.8 billion annually for the local economy. She always loved giving back to the community that raised her. Giving back led Dolly to launch the Imagination Library in 1995. She started the book program to honor her father, who was incredibly smart but never learned to read. The charity has gifted more than 300 million free books to children around the globe. Her foundation donates an estimated $2.4 million worth of books every single month. She also stepped up to help the world during the COVID-19 pandemic. Dolly donated $1 million to Vanderbilt University in 2020 to help fund the Moderna vaccine. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez recognized her charity work by giving her a $100 million Courage and Civility Award in 2022. The music industry showered Dolly with awards and honors throughout her life. She was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1999. Voters nominated her for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2022. The country star initially tried to pull out of the running because she felt she had not earned the right. Organizers inducted her anyway, so she recorded a rock album called Rockstar to earn her keep. Despite her massive fame, she actively avoided talking about politics. Dolly even turned down the Presidential Medal of Freedom 3 times. Donald Trump offered it twice, and Joe Biden offered it once. Dolly explained that she refused the presidential medals because of her husband's health, travel restrictions, and a fear of doing politics. She kept her personal life very private, but her marriage to Carl Dean lasted for nearly 60 years. Carl passed away in March 2025 at the age of 82. The grieving widow admitted that she neglected her own health while acting as a caretaker for him. She ended up canceling a Las Vegas engagement in May 2026. Her team revealed she was dealing with kidney stones and other digestive and immune ailments. Fans received promises that she was trying to heal, but her health continued to decline. The world lost a true legend when Dolly Parton died peacefully at her home in Nashville on Tuesday, August 25, 2026. She was 80 years old. Her nephew and longtime head of security, Brian Seaver, announced the sad news in a video message. He shared that Dolly wanted to rest in a beautiful bed of plush cotton because she finally deserved to be comfortable after a life wearing heavy rhinestones. President Donald Trump ordered United States flags to be lowered to half-staff for 1 week in her honor. Her family requested a small, private funeral service. They asked fans to donate to the Imagination Library instead of sending flowers. It is hard to measure the total impact Dolly had on American culture. She sold over 100 million albums worldwide and recorded nearly 50 studio albums. Her incredible catalog includes 25 #1 hits on the United States country chart, which is the most by any female artist. The superstar earned 55 Grammy nominations and won 10 competitive awards during her amazing run. She even set a Guinness World Record for having #1 hits on the country charts across a span of 43 years. Dolly opened doors for generations of dreamers and proved that a girl from a one-room cabin could change history. What is your favorite memory or song from Dolly's incredible career? Share your thoughts in the comments below and make sure to subscribe to American Rewind.